Welcome to Flash Globe.
The Yankees made their move at the trade deadline, and now the reaction across New York is coming in hot. For a fanbase that expects nothing less than a World Series push, every deadline decision feels bigger, sharper, and more personal than it does anywhere else in baseball. And this year, the pressure was on from the moment the front office stepped to the plate. The question wasn't just whether the Yankees would add talent. It was whether they did enough to send a clear message that they are all in right now. For some fans, the answer is a hopeful yes. The Yankees addressed key needs, brought in help, and showed they were willing to act instead of standing still. That matters, especially when the season is deep enough that every roster move can shift the balance of a playoff race. But for others, the reaction is more cautious. In New York, a deadline is never judged only by what was added. It's judged by what was missed, what was passed on, and whether the team truly closed the gap on the league's best. And that's where the emotional divide starts. Because Yankees fans don't just want activity. They want certainty. They want a deadline that feels bold, decisive, and championship-ready. When the front office makes a move, the hope is that it changes the story of the season. When it doesn't feel overwhelming, the criticism comes fast. That's the reality of wearing pinstripes. The standard is always higher, and the patience is always thinner. Still, there's no denying this deadline has changed the conversation. The Yankees are now in a position where every new piece will be watched closely, every game will be analyzed even harder, and every postseason moment will carry extra weight. That's what makes the reaction so intense. This isn't just about one trade. It's about belief. It's about whether this roster now has enough to survive October pressure and finally make a real run. So the final verdict? Mixed, emotional, and very Yankee. Some fans feel energized, some feel frustrated, and many are simply waiting to see whether these moves will look smarter once the games matter most. And in New York, that's always where the real judgment begins. If you enjoyed this Yankees trade deadline reaction, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more fast, sharp, and emotional sports updates.